Starcraft 2 is in a weird spot, and we need to save it. If you didn't see the news already, the EPT's been canceled. The large international events that you've probably been following for over a decade are not going to be happening anymore. GSL, while it's still going on, 2 seasons, it's now been reduced to 5 days a season. So I have 10 days of studio work here in Seoul for GSL. The only good news we've got going on in SC2 is that it's going to be at the Esports World Cup, but we don't know if it's going to be there next year. This could be the last event of that sort for SC2 there. There's going to be a big tournament coming up. I don't know if it's announced yet. I can't know if I could say, but there is a tournament coming up just to get the qualifiers for that out of the way. I want to pose a solution. Look, I've been part of a lot of esports projects, and as someone who's worked in esports, I can tell you it's hard to make money and make it viable and make it sustainable. I've been part of a lot of different groups where they're running a project and then, you know, they don't have enough money to keep going. The good news is that there are crowdfunding models in existence that have proven to be successful. And one of those for esports has been Starcraft 1. Because Starcraft 1 was not reliant on infrastructure from Blizzard or from EFG, formerly known as ESL. Those are the guys that produce all the big international events you've probably been watching. Starcraft 1, their scene, especially the Korean scene, has basically funded prize pools for matches that are going on almost every night. They're called spawn bong matches. The ASL, you know, Artosis and me, we lost our casting gig at that. We used to be paid to do that. We put it on Patreon. The StarCraft 1 community funded it. We've been able to do it ever since. It's gone great. So the solution moving forward is that we're going to have to try to have the scene support these tournaments. So I'm going to show you this trailer real quick for the event that we're going to be running, and then I'm going to tell you more about it. Okay, the news is out. I guess we're fucked.
Yeah, it's awful, man.
I can't believe it's over.
StarCraft 2 has allowed me to travel all over the world.
The crowd, the atmosphere, it was just unreal.
You know what? Why don't we just make our own event? We've got connections. We know people in production. We know the pros.
We can have open qualifiers.
We can get our own space. We can cast it live.
And if we get enough support, we can have an offline final where fans can show up and watch.
We can bring it back. We can do this.
Guys, to the future of StarCraft 2. Cheers! GG! What's up, guys? We want to save StarCraft 2, but we need your support. We want to start a seasonal tournament that we can keep going on into the future. Consider going to our Patreon at patreon.com/revivesc2, and let's do something awesome. So there you see it. What I've done is I have been working closely with a production company that I think can actually help us put on a seasonal StarCraft 2 tournament. It would be akin to what you're probably used to seeing in the old days with GSL, at least as far as length. I know GSL's a lot shorter now, but what I always liked about those types of leagues, especially the ones I grew up with, like OSL and MSL for StarCraft 1, it's kind of like a TV drama, like a seasonal TV drama. You get to tune in for the start, and you watch slowly as the players get whittled down over weeks or even months to complete it. So what we need from you guys is to go to patreon.com/revivesc2. What we want to do is make something that is sustainable. Me and the people I'm working with are committing to doing 1 year of 2 seasons of the RSL. If we get enough fundraising, we'll unlock a 3rd season. If we get more fundraising after that, we will have an offline finals. While the event is going to be in Seoul, we will be having players from all over the world able to play. I think it's important to take advantage of the fact that there are so many good European players or players in NA. And so the idea is that we'll set up a professional broadcast space, make it look nice, and give you guys the kind of content that you've been used to for a long time. I think especially this kind of format, it's gotten smaller and smaller, and it's really too bad. While I do love these big weekend tournaments where it's like, you know, 3 or 4 days of nonstop StarCraft, I think it's also nice to have regular consumable content that you can kind of enjoy over the weeks or even months as the tournament progresses. So this is our Patreon. Check it out. We've got different tiers for different supporters, starting at $5. Every additional tier gives you a little bit more. If you want the most bang for your buck, I would say go with the $25 tier. That's the Stalker tier. Here you have voting rights for maps, for guest spots for players. I think every season we're going to have at least 2 guest spots for people that weren't able to make it in, so fans can vote them in. And the more you give, the more we're going to try to give back. Obviously, when you get to these tiers really high up here, That's philanthropy at that point. But if you want to support us and what we're trying to do here, it's really appreciated. So that's our Patreon. We've already found a space in Seoul to start building a set, getting the equipment moved in there, and making professional level broadcasts. I've also been working with a broadcast team, including State and Gemini, who you're probably already familiar with. They're on board to help in the project as well. Please consider signing up. I really want to make something awesome, and we can't do it without you guys. So let's save StarCraft 2.